a lot of people use this. The program doesn't come up with a work breakdown structure. The program doesn't make sure you didn't leave something out. A program isn't a subject matter expert. A program doesn't figure out what's more important with your triple constraints, the cost versus the outcomes, etc. And so the point is we need to come up with these. And typically, we say the best way to do that is good old-fashioned sticky notes. You start with brainstorming and sticky notes. You identify everything that needs to be in the project, and then you figure out, you might put them in a functional alignment and go, well, that doesn't feel right. Let's do this in a phased alignment, and you move the sticky notes around. That's the best way to do a work breakdown structure. Then you can take it and enter it into Microsoft Project. That's why we don't teach Microsoft Project yet. Right? We teach it later on in this program because we need you to understand what we're talking about tonight before you start putting things in Microsoft Project. Well, the good thing about sticky notes is they can easily be placed in this org chart format. Everybody tracking? They can easily be pasted in the org chart format, and so that's what Sam, Paul, Tanner, and Bob did. So they were going to go up the river, and they decided to do a functional work breakdown structure where Sam had responsibility to do all the car stuff. It was his car. And it must not have been much of a car because they wanted him to prove that he had insurance and all this. So he was doing anything related to the cars. Paul was doing all the food stuff. Tanner was doing all the arrangements and tours and things like that. And Bob was doing the actual, they were going to camp all the nights except one, and so he was making sure that that was all arranged. And so you see that Sam was going to get the oil change, check on insurance, pick up the other three at school, get gas, drive, visit the creek, and visit the dam. Paul was going to plan menus, get everyone's okay, buy food, pack food, visit the creek, and visit the dam, and so forth. Okay? This is an org chart view of a functional work breakdown structure. It's called functional because we've divided the tasks into different functions. So what I asked them to do is, well, okay, so much for the functional alignment. Why don't we go ahead and look at a phased alignment? I had them redo it. And basically, they were moving these sticky notes around, and this is what they came up with. A research phase, a reservation phase, a purchase phase, and a trip phase. Research, check on insurance, plan menus, get everyone's okay on menus, plan tours, check visiting hours. Reservations phase, arrange a guide for the creek tour, arrange camp stops 2 nights, reservations for motel 1 night, arrange restaurants for evenings, etc. Same information, just arranged differently. Does everybody get that we can think about this different ways? Now, one other thing I'll say is, and Sherry might have a specific way she wants you to do this, but when we lay out our work breakdown structure, we want to make sure that we fully explain in that 2 or 3 words who's going to do what, right? If we just say insurance, we don't know what that means. Is somebody supposed to take out an insurance policy in case we die? Is somebody supposed to check on the insurance? Is somebody supposed to buy insurance? What exactly does that mean? So what we do is we try to say something that's complete. My preference, and I believe Kathy's preference, is that you use a verb noun kind of a layout where you say what's going to be done and to what or about what, right? So check on insurance, plan menus, get everyone's okay, buy food. So this doesn't say food. That doesn't, you don't know what that means. Does that mean eat food, buy food, plan food, right? So what we're trying to do is we're trying to describe it. So the way to make sure that you're doing this well is do that sort of verb and object flow. It should be in a format when you're through that when you send it to Sherry, she can understand exactly what you mean with those few words. Now, it isn't a total detail of it. Like I said, you're going to have full work packages, not necessarily for this class, but in the working environment, they give all the details behind what kind of food and the fact that Trevor might need a special diet or something like that.